This podcast is part of the Frederick Podcast Network. Learn more at listenfrederick.com.
That's number one. You kind of reset me.
Painful, tender to the touch. May also
Same shoulder length, and the other.
Well, hello and welcome to another episode of the Real Health Podcast with Brandy and Amir. I am Dr. Amir Rashidian, a chiropractor, and Brandy Rashidian is my other half and co-host and Beauty and the Beast situation here.
Who's the beast?
We'll let them decide. I'm sure they'll say me.
I thought maybe since you shaved your beard, you had become the beauty.
Oh, okay. You don't have a beard.
No, that's true.
Real Health Podcast is where we bring to you all the latest information on mainstream media about health and wellness. We want to read you articles, summarize it for you, explain it, and give you our perspective on it. And our hope is that we'll be able to help you feel better, get stronger, live longer, and feel younger. Real Health Podcast is brought to you by the Frederick Podcast Network, and it can be found on listenfrederick.com, along with a whole lot of other podcasts that are there that are local to Frederick. But also you can find us on YouTube and Spotify and iTunes and everywhere else that you like to find your podcasts. So we have some great articles today, and I figure we jump right in.
Let's do
it.
it.
Or do you have any announcements?
Oh. No, whenever you say stuff like that, people think like we're expecting or something, which we're not.
No.
We're past that season. And we're not to grandkids yet. So, no, I don't think so. We had a good networking event.
Oh, yeah.
That we just hosted.
That's right. That was great.
So that was really fun.
A couple of BNI groups here. And
yeah. So aside from that, just trying to enjoy summer.
Right.
And I'm trying to stop asking adults, are you enjoying your summer? Because it just means hotter weather. Most of us still have to work. Maybe there's a vacation. Maybe you have kids that you have to.
Yeah, it's always weird when people
out.
ask me if I'm enjoying my summer.
You're like, what? Yeah. So I'm trying not to
I
do that
enjoy
anymore.
summer just like I enjoy spring and fall and winter too.
Yeah.
I do like change.
Me too.
So speaking of summer, there is something that does come with summer.
One of my favorite things.
And it is watermelons.
I love watermelon.
So there's this fad in TikTok, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
About the watermelon fast. And so there's an article about it. And honestly, I don't remember where we got this article.
Well, I kept seeing it pop up on social media.
Yeah.
And I was like, so I thought it was kind of interesting because it is a summertime thing.
Right.
And, but I had to laugh because in a couple different articles that I saw on this, they're like, be careful, it's so dangerous.
Yes.
And I was like,
watch out for those watermelons.
More dangerous than like,
yeah, well, I don't know if we want to name any brand names.
Any of those weight loss drugs.
I actually have comments on that, but let's jump in. It says, what happens to your body on the watermelon diet?
You get full of watermelon.
A new TikTok trend called the watermelon diet involves eating only watermelon for up to 7 days in an effort to lose weight, but it's not a sustainable approach. I mean, define sustainable. It says 7 days. So someone wants to lose a few pounds in 7 days and they don't want to do a full fast. They want to eat something. Watermelon is mostly water. And low calorie, has some antioxidants and vitamins in it. I don't see a problem with it. As long as it's only for 7 days, you're not doing it for the rest of your life.
But why is it when it comes to food, this is so common now and it's beginning to feel more like a trend.
Yeah.
And for me, it feels like misinformation. They want to scare us into not eating real food.
So we take drugs.
So, right. I'm
Well,
like, it just doesn't make sense.
It says, what happens if you only eat watermelon? You may initially feel better due to eliminating certain foods, such as processed and ultra-processed foods and drinks that could lead to fluid retention, weight loss, inflammation, bloating, headaches, gas, indigestion, fatigue, or other symptoms. This is from Julia Zompano, a dietitian specializing in preventive cardiology at the Cleveland Clinic. Depending on how long you follow the restriction, It says 7 days. It says 2 to 7 days. So if you want to stop at 2 days, stop at 2 days. It's so stupid. Anyways, depending on how long you follow the restriction, you may see an initial weight loss, but this has not been researched or proven. Trust me, you will lose weight. You don't eat nothing but watermelons. I was going to say lemonade. Watermelons for 7 days, you'll lose a few pounds. I mean, that's guaranteed. You will likely regain any weight lost after you stop. Well, if you go back to eating processed foods and ultra-processed foods, yes. If you don't, you won't. I mean, oh my goodness. Where is the common sense in these things? Either the dietitian thinks people are stupid or the dietitian is stupid.
Yeah, but I think it's coming from higher up, so to speak.
Oh, yeah, they're all bought. They're all bought and paid. Anyways, it says, is the watermelon diet safe? Eating plans like the watermelon diet are generally considered unsafe. This is a different dietitian at Keck Medicine of USC. And not very sustainable. Again, what do you mean by sustainable? 7 days? Anything you can do for anything for 7 days. In some cases, the watermelon diet can be downright dangerous, particularly for people with certain health conditions. Anything's dangerous for people with health conditions.
But
the drugs you guys recommend are worse for people with health conditions.
The only thing I can think about for the average person, even somebody with a disease process that needs to be watched is, like, is it because there's not enough food in your body for you to metabolize the medications properly?
Right.
Like, let's say what the risk factor is and what's so scary.
They give you the categories. It says it's not safe for people who are pregnant or breastfeeding. I don't think any self-respecting pregnant woman or breastfeeding woman would do the watermelon diet.
Your calorie intake needs to be so much higher.
I mean, come on, common sense. It says those who have a history of disordered eating. Okay, well, whatever their disorder is, it's probably worse than eating watermelon for 7 days. We're talking, what, bulimia, anorexia?
Yes.
What else would be a disorder? Gluttony?
I think this would help that. I mean, choosing the Oreo truffles,
or
like
watermelon.
20 of those, or
Eat
a bowl
the
of
watermelon.
Eat the watermelon.
Have insulin resistance. Okay, well, yes. If you're diabetic, you're going to be careful. Number 4 was, are recovering from surgery or injuries. You just had surgery and you're going to do a 7-day watermelon fast. I don't think you would even think about or consider it.
Although, let's talk about what they feed you in the hospital.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
After a surgery.
Hospital food is so disgustingly unhealthy.
But they give you Jell-O, which has food dye and high fructose corn syrup. They give you apple juice, which, okay, in all fairness, I really loved the hospital apple juice. I don't know what it was. But again, high fructose corn syrup, nothing worthwhile. Their ice chips are really good in the hospital. But I mean, they give you crap stuff.
I bet you that a 7-day ice chip diet would be just as controversial as the watermelon diet.
And God forbid you use any salt.
The last category is people who have a history of mental health conditions.
Again.
And it says those in that category, mental health, may be especially at risk since nutrients play a key role in producing neurotransmitters involved in mood, pleasure, calm, focus, cognition, and well-being. The drugs don't have an effect on those things.
Right. Well, and here's the thing. If we really cared that much about what food produced as far as neurotransmitters, we would be telling patients initially, let's try to get your diet in order before we prescribe you anything to see if we can get the body to do what it was supposed to do.
I've never heard that in my life.
Right? But they don't do it.
They go to the doctor, they get a prescription. That's it.
Yeah.
First thing.
I know when patients come in and they say, I'm at the front desk for a little bit right now, helping out, and they'll say, oh, my doctor said not to take this supplement.
Yeah.
I really struggle, and I'm a pretty direct communicator.
But their doctor has never said don't eat red dye or food with red dye or...
Correct. Don't eat high fructose fructose corn syrup. Why don't you lay off
Stop
the
the diet
ultra-processed food?
soda. They actually promote the diet soda.
Right.
They're like, oh, drink more, drink as much as you want.
But here's the reality is majority of doctors, primaries, whatever, they do not have nutritional education. They don't. They know a lot about toxicology. They know a lot about pharmacology. Nutrition is not their thing unless they have independently
Even
gone.
that, who teaches them their pharmacology? Pharmaceutical companies.
Mhm.
Their drug reps
Correct.
educate the doctors on pharmacology. Half the doctors weren't in medical school when 90% of the drugs we use today are on the market. So
Right.
where did they learn about them?
Right. That's
Drug
true.
reps.
That's true.
And even then, the president of every medical school is on the board of pharmaceutical companies.
Right.
Why? Because they want to influence medical education. But a true doctor would say, hey, you've got some insulin resistance. Let's touch up your diet. Let's monitor you. This is what I want you to eat. This is how I want you to exercise. This is how I want you to sleep.
Right.
And let's see. And
Let's
these are
check your blood sugar
let's
multiple
put you on
times a
some
day.
blood sugar balancing supplements which have no side effects and see if it works. How many people have we taken off of, diabetes meds?
Oh, so many.
Through supplements, exercise, and proper nutrition.
But again, because supplements aren't monitored by the FDA and approved, they are so very scary, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, now I will say, no, we try not to do blanket statements. If you are talking about herbal supplements versus whole food, it's
True.
a different conversation.
Herbs can
So
be dangerous.
herbs can be, especially there can be contraindications. So you always want to make sure that you
And
check.
oils, some oils, essential oils.
But
you
essential
want to be
oils
careful with.
only if you're taking it internally.
Right.
And if you're on a medication, you shouldn't be taking them internally. There's a lot of people that don't know about how certain things are processed in the body, and there could be shared pathways and blah, blah, blah. So we usually discourage people from taking things internally if they are on a pharmaceutical, because why risk it?
Yeah. I have a small, every one of these articles we read, whatever they tell you not to do, you should do. Whatever they tell you to do, don't do.
For the most part.
It says dangers of watermelon diet. The side effects of the watermelon diet become riskier the longer you adhere to it. And these are potential risks. Malnutrition. You're not going to get malnourished in 7 days.
Nope.
Trust me.
If you're
that-
worried, watch Naked and Afraid.
or Survivor.
Mm-hmm.
Kidney problems. Again, 7 days of eating something that's mostly water
Yeah.
is not going to hurt your kidneys in 7 days. Now, if you already have kidney failure, even that, I don't see it
I don't see it either.
being. Anyways, digestive issues. Really? I mean, some people get stomach aches when they eat a lot of watermelons.
I would say it may be possible if you already have gut issues, if
Right.
your gut is not in balance, sure. But that doesn't matter what you eat. If you already have gut issues, probably anything you're putting into your stomach is causing that.
Do you know dehydration is one of them?
I laugh because it's water.
Mostly water. How do you get dehydrated on a watermelon diet?
I mean, you should also drink water.
Diarrhea.
Don't go without water just because you're eating watermelon.
Diarrhea, electrolyte imbalance. Any fast could cause electrolyte imbalance. Higher cortisol levels. That's an indirect response. I don't know why. Watermelon directly does not increase cortisol. But it says higher cortisol levels, which could increase inflammation and disrupt blood sugar balance. Give me a break.
I still don't see how watermelon is increasing
So,
inflammation.
okay, so I looked up, how there's the group of drugs they use for weight loss, the semaglutide-based medicines, and I won't name any brands. You want to know what their side effects are? Because they would promote that, and those you stay on for years, not 7 days. Constipation, diarrhea, vomiting, blurred vision, stomach pain, acute kidney injury, allergic reaction, bloating, pancreatitis, gallbladder disease, hypoglycemia, appetite loss, dizziness, fatigue, heartburn, thyroid cancer, confusion, gastroparesis, and headaches.
Okay, so can we just get out one of those old scales and put the side effects for watermelon versus this?
Half of
on
it
the other
was
side?
bogus anyways.
Oh, I know.
You don't get dehydrated. You don't hurt your kidneys. You shouldn't have digestive issues. You shouldn't get that. Maybe you get diarrhea. You will not get malnourished. Your cortisol levels shouldn't go up if you're sleeping. Come on. So
Unless
I mean,
you're stressed out because you're afraid that you're going to be malnutrition.
where
from your
at the very
watermelon.
beginning they go there's no research on this. I'm like, so where are you getting the side effects?
They're hoping nobody read that sentence.
Trending challenges like the watermelon diet can also make it hard to nourish your body in the future. What? Very restrictive diets can negatively impact our relationship with food as well as our hunger and satiety cues, which are very important if we are trying to achieve lasting health and wellness. Don't those semaglutide drugs get rid of those satiety clues and
Yes.
are they messing up with the brain more than
100
anything else?
Guaranteed.
Come on. Watermelon's fine. Poor watermelon.
Can we throw these when it's a bad one?
Should
Just
throw.
psh. Don't paper cut Sean's nose though. Okay, that's fair. Sean said unless you're allergic to it.
That's right.
So if
That's
you are
right.
allergic to watermelon,
Don't eat it.
please don't do a
I
watermelon
mean, it would be
fast.
pure stupidity. I'm allergic to this. I got kidney failure. I'm pregnant. I'm nursing another child, and I'm allergic to watermelon. So I'm going to eat watermelon for 7 days. Okay, calm down. This this one's from The Guardian, which is a British journal, right?
Yeah, it's a fun name.
British. I told you I found out the difference between like Great Britain, England, and the United Kingdom.
Yeah,
They're all different.
yeah.
I had no idea. I thought like it's like the
Just different names for the same
whatever they
thing.
feel like it. Like today I'm British, tomorrow I'm from the Great Britain,
I think there was a
and
good
yesterday
joke
I
about
was part of the United Kingdom. All right, but they're all different. But that's in a different podcast. We can't talk about that. It's not health related.
that. Nope, not talking about it.
So medical research in the Guardian, it says full body scans of 100,000 people could change way diseases are detected and treated. UK Biobank project to share 1 billion images of organs, blood vessels, and bones to help study aging and ill health. I actually thought that was a good idea. To have all those images and look at them. So it's the world's largest whole body imaging project. 1 billion de-identified images of the hearts, brains, abdomens, blood vessels, bones, and joints of volunteers, alongside medical histories and rich data on their genetic makeup, health, and lifestyle. The scans can predict dozens of future diseases. They also suggest no amount of alcohol consumption is healthy. Wow. They have to
Wow.
spend all that money and get 1 billion images to figure out alcohol is poisonous to the human body.
Even your red wine, people.
I think my 8-year-old could have told you that. He's now 9.
Oh,
No more 8-year-old. Our youngest is officially 9.
yeah. We're all of our kids are almost in double digits. Well, in a year. Almost in double
You're
digits.
always in the future. He just turned 9, and you're talking about double digits. We got 12 months.
His birthday will be here before you know it.
So, researchers can study how we age and how diseases develop in stunning detail and at a massive scale. And it detects and treats disease before they want to detect and treat disease before people get sick. Now, I have some opinions about that.
Okay.
Because so they're going to look at all these images and they're going to say, hey, look, as we age, these organs do this and these bones do that and these blood vessels do this. And so what we can do is regarding this, we can do this. Regarding this, we can do that. And they're trying to say, if we catch this early, so if we do a scan of like a 20-year-old, we can predict now that when this guy is 35, he's going to have these diseases. So let's start treating him for those diseases now, okay? Which if it's a holistic type approach, it's okay, right? Hey, because you're susceptible to this, you should start doing this type of exercise and you should do this type of sleep and whatever. But the part they don't understand is that we're all mammals, right? Dogs, cats, humans, we're all mammals.
Unless you're a fish.
Then you're not a mammal.
Correct.
Right. And you'd have trouble climbing trees.
Yeah. Well, There are some fish with feet, but we're not going to go there. That's a whole different podcast.
You know, I found out piranhas don't eat humans.
Huh.
That's just a movie.
Are you sure?
Oh yeah, you look it up. There's a YouTube short where the guy like jumps in the tank with all these piranhas and they don't touch him. They leave him alone.
What do they eat?
And then he picks one up and messes with it and it bites his finger. So he's like, if you mess with it, they bite you. Otherwise, like you can swim with piranha and they don't bother you. Not like swim, like pet it and play with it. Just like you don't mess with it, it won't mess with you. It's not a dolphin. Dolphins are mammals.
Yes.
And they can't climb trees either.
That is very true.
If Einstein said if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, I don't know the rest of the quote. We'll figure it out. We'll look it up. Can we get back to this?
Yes,
please.
So
Okay, let's talk about plants, right? This is from James Chestnut, somebody I look up to. He said, if a plant starts to wither, you're not going to do imaging and you're not going to blood test it and x-ray it and do all kinds of stuff. You know what plants need. A plant, for it to be healthy, it needs good soil, sunlight, water.
Yeah.
Right?
Food,
so you're going to
water,
make sure...
sunlight.
You're going to move it maybe somewhere where it gets more sun. You're going to maybe change the soil so it has more nutrients, more minerals in that soil. And you're going to make sure it's getting enough water, not too much, not too little. And that plant should come back to life. So everything I've studied, 25 years I've been a doctor. Now, I know some people don't think chiropractors are doctors. That's fine. 25 years I've been a chiropractor. Is that better? And I've been treating patients, tens of thousands.
Right.
And this is what I know as fact. The same way you prevent heart disease is the same way you prevent diabetes, and it's the same way you prevent cancer. Get healthier, right? How do you get healthier? Just like that plant, right?
Better food. Good water. Get sunlight. And sleep.
Exercise and sleep. Done. Like, listen, it's not rocket science, and most of us really know what it takes to get healthy.
Yeah. And you can do some of those things at the same time.
Yeah.
Like you could, if you've never been walking before, exercise to start.
Yeah.
And you can do it outside and you can get some vitamin D at the same time.
Absolutely. And good relationships too. Just be kind.
That's
Be
huge.
kind to everybody. Have good relationships. Make sure you love your family. Make sure friendships. That makes people healthier. On your deathbed, Nathaniel Branden wrote a book called 6 Pillars of Self-Esteem. And he was Ayn Rand's boyfriend. Did you know this? So,
I think
apparently, now someone we know was a student of Nathaniel Branden and was on his side on his deathbed. And he asked him, "What, you're about to die. What are some lessons you want to teach me? Last lesson." And he said 2 things. He said, recreation is a word ever, and having good relationships is important. Because he never got he constantly sacrificed his relationship for writing books and doing research, and really didn't take time for recreation. So on his deathbed, he goes, recreation is and relationships are important. I mean, we can learn a lot from someone with that who's well respected in the field of psychology. He is up there. Extremely valuable data. He created valuable books he wrote. That's what he said. So that's part of being healthy. But listen, take care of your mind, body, and soul, and you're going to be healthy. You're going to prevent cancer, diabetes, heart disease, and everything else.
And if nothing else, what will happen, and we talk about this too, is you never know what healthcare challenge is around the corner.
That's right.
We just don't know. So everything that we do and that we have been doing sets us up for success or failure when we have to get into that ring and face that challenge. And so maybe you can do all of those things and still end up with something unexpected,
sure.
right?
Yeah.
It happens. So we're not going to say if you do these XYZ and you follow this recipe, you will never encounter, because that's not life. We just don't know what it is.
You're going to get sick. Yeah, it's part of life. You're going to get sick.
Well, you can't get sick you can't not get sick and build your immune system. Like
Right.
it's part of
Right.
the process of growing and developing and becoming
Yeah.
stronger. So like when our kids get sick, you hate seeing your kids sick, right?
Right.
But you go, okay, good. We've got healthy kids,
Now
right?
we're immune to one more thing.
Yeah. So they don't have to face that
Right.
virus or that
But
bacteria
if you
again.
do the things we're telling you and you keep yourself healthy, what's going to happen is you're actually going to be able to overcome that disease faster.
Yep.
So if you catch a cold, you'll be down 24 hours.
Right.
Someone else will be down 7 to 10 days.
Right. It's about outcomes
Yeah.
at that point, right?
Right.
So
You'll still catch colds. You'll still fall and break bones. You still potentially get things that you wish you didn't have. That's out of our control. The world is full of bugs, bacteria, viruses, and bad people who want to do bad things to good people. And there's
100%.
also natural disasters that happen too.
Yep.
So something's going to happen, guys. I'm not being morbid. I'm just telling you, prepare
That's
for it.
life.
Make yourself strong. Get healthy, get strong, be resilient, be versatile, be adaptable. And then when things come your way, you can overcome them much better and it'll make you stronger.
we weren't promised it would be easy.
I always say whatever doesn't kill you can still hurt pretty bad.
That is very true.
The brain scans found that consuming 1 to 2 units of alcohol per day was associated with changes in brain size and structure, potentially contributing to memory loss and dementia. So don't drink. The new images capture cycles of heartbeats, allowing them to search for genes that govern the heart's function as a pump, as well as its structure, and see when they go awry. Abdominal scans show that people with the same BMI and waist measurement can have radically different fat distributions, which alters their risk of heart disease. There you go. More data that says BMI is worthless. You know, there was a karate studio back where I lived in Gaithersburg called BMI. It was the Brian Maurer Institute.
Oh, that's funny.
So every time I see BMI,
That's who
I
you
think
think
about
of.
karate. Yeah, good guy. He used to go to our church, at Seneca Creek.
Oh, huh. Our old church.
So the UK, United Kingdom, Biobank is now rescanning 60,000 volunteers to see how people's brains, bodies, and bones change in the years after their first scan. Louise Thomas, who's a professor of metabolic imaging at the University of Westminster, has looked at body scans taken 2 years apart. The results were shocking. The amount of visceral fat, the bad fat in the abdomen, had increased, she said. Muscle also becomes more fatty. As we get older, we become more and more marbled. We're becoming Wagyu beef.
Well, get a harness and get to swinging. Isn't that what they do for Wagyu? They actually put the cows in this
because
harness
they want their
and
muscles to get fat.
right, so they lift them up and they don't allow them to stand or put weight.
They get massages.
I think it's so funny. So
I wouldn't want to be a cow.
be a Wagyu cow.
Not good. So, anyways, what's our takeaway from this article is that the imaging is cool because it can predict stuff, and I think it's fun and it's neat. But to spend a ton of money taking all those images, but not talking about how to really get healthy, visceral fat is fat around your organs,
Right.
and if that aging is not what causes that to grow.
Correct.
It's bad diet, poor exercise,
And
not
that
enough
marbling
vegetables.
is also because a lot of times as we age, we're not continuing to do the things, or we never started, like lifting weights, which we know is so important for bone density, for, growing muscle. So those are things, the best way to prevent, like we were talking about, any disease process, to have a shot of that, is to do the things that put you in the right spot. So making sure that you're eating great food, making sure that you're drinking great water, you're getting good sleep, you're exercising regularly, and you're taking care of the important relationships in your life. That's it. If you want to prevent, and then you can go get scans and see how that changes.
Yeah.
So nothing wrong with the scans, but the scans are not going to change your health.
This article is not as worthless as the watermelon one, but anyways, hopefully
Pretty
you
close.
learned a few things. I think we'll save the rest for the next podcast.
Sounds good.
We'll be back in a couple of days, and please come back and check us out. And if you're finding value in this, we'd love your help in getting to more people. So if you could share, subscribe, like, comments. We love the comments the most. We want to see what you're thinking. If you want to recommend articles or topics for us to talk about, be happy to do that for you. Either way, we love you. We love doing this. We're going to keep doing it. What episode was this? Like 115, 120?
I don't even remember how old I am.
It's
This is
definitely
a
over
Sean
100.
question.
So anyways, take care, everybody. God bless. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
This podcast is part of the Frederick Podcast Network. Learn more at listenfrederick.com.